In a world hungry for change, nonprofit impact matters more than ever. But too often, you're asked to do more with less. Less time, fewer resources, and tools that weren't built for the way nonprofits work. Bloomerang is the giving platform built for purpose, connecting fundraising, donor, and volunteer data in one intuitive place. With smarter insights and stronger relationships, you can raise more, retain more, and inspire more generosity because your tools are built for a purpose and your mission goes further. Learn more at bloomerang.com. Welcome to the Purpose and Profit Club podcast for nonprofit leaders, mission-driven creatives, and social entrepreneurs. Get ready to stop dreaming and start doing. Here, ideas become action. We prioritize purpose and profit. You ready? Let's go. All right, we have a very special guest today. This conversation has been a long time coming, so I'm super excited. When I saw it on my calendar, I'm like, yay, we get to talk to Louise today. So I'm so excited to introduce everyone to Louise Henry. She is the founder of Tim's Club, and we've been working together, or had worked together several years ago, and we are one of the clients that got to meet in real life. So we will dig into that today as well. But let's start, Louise, by telling everybody about your organization and the work you do.
For sure. So I'm the founder of Tim's Club. It is a nonprofit community space in the making. We are currently building right now. And the whole purpose of it is to support individuals with intellectual disabilities by teaching them important life and employment skills.
And we knew each other a little bit, or I felt like I knew you through the online business world. And I remember getting an email where you were talking about Tim's Club, like the beginnings of Tim's Club. And that's really when we started connecting. And so much has happened since then. But I would love it if you would just tell people a little bit about your backstory. Like, you knew Tim's Club was a dream of yours for so long. So let's loop everybody into that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So Tim's Club has literally been a dream of mine for so long. Like, since I was 8 years old, I knew that I was going to do something like this. It's inspired by my younger brother, Tim, who is amazing. He is so much fun. He also has severe autism and is nonverbal. So growing up, I, of course, saw all of the challenges associated with that. I saw how challenging that was for my family. I mean, my parents were full-time caregivers. And it was really like, okay, I think we need to, we were always worried about his future and what that would look like. There was some support. He was able to go to school, for example, and get some assistance at school. But often what happens is after you finish school, there's nothing. There's no support, no programs. So we started dreaming that up. And then finally, after many years of, getting established, I built an online business first so that I could be in the position to then be able to dedicate my time to this. And we finally got to the point of being able to bring it to life. So we moved to Panama, got established here, registered as a nonprofit. And then Christina reached out and has since taught me everything that I know about building a nonprofit. It's been incredible. And so, since that point, it's become really exciting. We've been building our community. We purchased a beautiful piece of property it's huge. I mean, it's so beautiful. It's 2,200 meters squared. It backs onto a farm with all these mountains in the background. It's just like the exact dream space that I would have hoped for a program like this. We were really wanting it to be, so calm and peaceful with so much time in nature and outdoors. So we found that, and that was very exciting. But we had the plans of what we wanted to build. So we wanted to build an outdoor movement space for any wellness classes, exercise, and just truly time outside. So we wanted to build that. We wanted to build classrooms so that we could host a day program for people with disabilities, as well as, I think it's important for people to know with this project, it's for the whole community. The point is that everyone is going to be able to use this space for all of our classes for art, music, learning. And then we plan on having a cafe as well. And the cafe is really great because that brings people together, that brings the whole community together, and helps with, one of our key pillars, which is inclusion and community. And it also allows us to teach life and employment skills within that space, within that container. So that's the goal of what we're building. And we've already almost completed our outdoor movement space, and we're currently building our classrooms right now.
You really bring, and even just in the way you're talking about it, you really bring like your entrepreneurial mindset and business strategy to building this organization. And I think it's really, really helped you. One of the things that I want to dig into is you're a Pinterest user, and you've kind of shared that behind the scenes of you do a lot of Pinterest boards, vision boards, and the sort of technical term for a lot of our listeners right now, they're probably thinking, oh, wow, she had to right out of the gate fundraise and do a capital campaign because, you bought the property and then you're building from scratch, y'all, leveling the property and then building each structure from scratch. And you use this Pinterest board, I think, to really hold that vision of what it will be, even when you didn't have evidence yet. So will you talk about just that practice even, or what that looks like for you? Because when you're fundraising and you're not fundraising $1,000 at a time, you're fundraising for tens of thousands of dollars at a time, these big chunks. How do you hold that kind of that belief, that positivity before you have proof yet, before you've hit those milestones?
Great question. I love that you brought up Pinterest. And yeah, that truly has been such a practice. I've used it for so many years now of, for my business, for my personal life, and now for Tim's Club. Literally, it's such an inspiring space. It's so fun. I would encourage everyone, whatever project you're working on right now, create a specific board for that project. And you'll just be amazed at, what is already created, what is already out there, what you can, gather from other people. And so, yeah, I've always used it. So I have, a specific vision board for the outdoor movement space. I have a vision board for the cafe, I have a vision board for the classrooms, and it's helped so much. It's also helped me being able to share it with others, because rather than me just saying oh yeah, it's kind of going to be like this, I can show exact visuals. So it's been very helpful from that sense, but also, yeah, it just has given me that clarity of, okay, I know exactly what I'm building and all I have to do is keep going until it happens. And, it's definitely been way harder than I thought it was going to be. I think you see already established nonprofits and you think, oh, you're just going to start this and, it's all going to quickly come into place. And it hasn't. But I think I've been so sure, and I've known for so long. I mean, I told my husband on our first date 12 years ago that I was doing this. So, I've always been very certain in that. And I figured if I just kept going, that eventually it was going to happen.
And it has. I feel like there's maybe a reel you did or a story where it was your Pinterest board of the outdoor space of what you had been visualizing. And then holy crap, it's basically, it's there. It's now pinnable. It's now pinnable. It's this beautiful, gorgeous vista. And I really think there's something to be said for that. You started to touch on it too, of using that actually helps you in fundraising conversations and donor conversations. So instead of going to a donor, sort of talking about, again, there's nothing tangible yet. There was a long time where you didn't have the land yet. You had maybe this property, or we've got the land, but again, it's grass and dirt and an idea. And when you can show people, this is what it's going to look like, or this is what the space will look like, they start to walk alongside with you and you're nodding along. So I feel like they're nodding along too. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think if people aren't using that yet, it could just be so helpful for communicating ideas. I mean, we use it for everything. Christina helped us with our annual fundraiser, for example, which is a garden party. So you can betcha that there is a board for that as well. And then that's how we made it into a special event.
Yeah, I think that there's one of the skill sets that really transferred over and helped you be so successful in what feels to me like a short amount of time was the online business owner. And so this is that skill set that I'm ooh, I wonder what it would be like if more founders and fundraisers actually did this. I'm thinking of 3 different clients right now who are fundraising for for acquiring a property, acquiring land, for doing renovations. And I'm like, I bet they don't have a Pinterest board going. They totally should, because there is something about like being able to see what it could be that gets people really, really excited about it.
Yeah. Exactly.
So let's talk about what fundraising kind of looked like before we started working together. And then I remember starting that annual garden party. Like, walk us through where you've been, where you are today.
So Christina reached out right at the beginning, which was really, there's been a few moments throughout this journey where I just feel it's the universe, like having my back, supporting the project, and bringing the right people on board. So yeah, you were there right from the beginning. So I didn't know much. I mean, like, for example, you got us using Fundraise up so that we even had a proper website optimized for fundraising. You, really taught me all sorts of different campaigns, like, starting with peer-to-peer campaigns, for example.
Yes. Yeah. I remember as soon as I read that you were in Panama, I was like, what? Because I have so much family down there that I got it was like another layer of excitement where I was just writing that email going, oh my gosh, we have to talk. So you have your annual garden party, which are you now on your third annual? Is it the third this year?
Exactly. We're on our third, which is wild. So the first year it was just like, okay, here's the idea. This is what we're planning. And so I had like visuals those printed out from the Pinterest board.
Early supporters. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that was amazing that, so many people from the community came out and they were excited about what we were building. Then the second year I was able to say, okay, we purchased the land in full. It's ours, like it's locked in and it's perfect. And now this year it's so exciting because we're going to host it at Tim's Club. And we actually have one of the structures already done. And I don't know if I even told you this yet, Christina. And by this year's garden party, which is about a little over a month from now, we should have the classrooms built as well.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're like behind the scenes tour while we're here. It's happening. Oh my gosh. I think too, like what's really interesting about you is you had and continue to leverage your existing family, friends, which is what we do in the beginning as founders, right? Family, friends, people inside your circle, maybe your online business, right? So people through work, as your sort of early supporters, early adopters, and also your community in Panama. So you've been working like two very different audiences. What has that been like to navigate and getting the community locally involved, supported, excited? What has that process been like?
Yeah. So the online business side has been very helpful. So that's where we started. So we started by leveraging that mostly. I mean, there was, initial, of course, little campaigns with friends and family. But do you remember when you helped me organize the bundle where we got other online business owners? Yeah. So we've really done a bunch of different creative campaigns, and that has been really enjoyable. And I think like kept it alive and kept it
fresh.
Exciting. We've had, exactly. Fresh is a great word for it. So those skills did transfer over. I will say that definitely helped me out. Like just the importance of email marketing, for example, the importance of those touch points, to already know like, okay, this is important, that we need to prioritize that really helped. But yeah, so we started with campaigns like that where we would, have entrepreneurs on board and selling a product that all proceeds would go to Tim's Club. That was really helpful. I've done a lot as well of, because I have an online business and because I have digital products, I could just go, okay, I'm selling this product this month and all proceeds go to Tim's Club. So that really helped us with that initial, exactly. And then it was like, okay, we need to expand beyond that. So it's really been very just like connection. I mean, I think for both of them, it's okay. How much each month am I connecting with new people and telling them about Tim's Club and telling them enough where they understand what it is? So same with, with the in-person community. So just being more present, going out to events, telling everyone, having my little cards available, and just
talking about it. Yes. Yeah.
Talking being about open.
And the community is pumped, partly because I think really smart that you're doing this community cafe. It's so smart because, again, people with and without intellectual disabilities, it's going to be a hub. It's going to be like the place to be. And it will naturally, like, the amount of awareness you'll get from that, advocacy you'll get from that, supporters, income, like, it's just a smart model. I really, really like it for what you're doing. When you were talking, my mind went to one of the really smart things that you do. I think that is a really relatively low lift, but high impact for that connection piece is your monthly givers. So people who are giving every single month, you send them an email that's like a recap email of like what we did, what we're doing. And it's so good because and I would imagine there were moments where you're like, Christina, I don't have anything to say between this month and last month. Doesn't feel like a lot has moved. Yeah, you're nodding. But to us, to the people receiving the email, a win is a win is a win. Like, even if you're like, we move the needle here, I remember like we met with our architect, we found an architect, like milestones are milestones. We have a coffee meetup happening. So talk to me about the importance of just those monthly emails in staying connected, because you have a local component to your supporters, but you also have an international component where I would imagine lots of your supporters maybe haven't even been to Panama yet. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's many that have not been to Panama, and it was actually funny. So every month we do our monthly progress report where we're giving, an update on what has happened. And then I also do a monthly live workshop where I'm able to connect with our monthly contributors, which is amazing. And on the last one, a few of them were like, well, can we come to the garden party? Like, we're in the US, but can we come? So I was like, absolutely. So I'm literally working on a Panama travel guide this week. It will be Tim's Club travel guide.
Yes.
And like, here's how it works. If you want to come for a visit, here's all our places we recommend. So that was just too funny.
How cool is that? Because if you're in the States, like, it's really, this is the conversation I was having with my son. It's a very easy flight to Panama. So like it probably didn't even occur to you. You're like, actually, yes, you can come. Yes, come. Yeah. And the fact that like a monthly donor who is in, I'm going to say New York, I'm just going to pick a random place, would be like, yes, I want to come to Panama to visit this, because they've been following along those like kind of tentpole moments, those milestones throughout. They want to see it too. They're really excited to see it. So I think that's just the beginning of more of those where people are like, can we have a visit? Can we have a tour? We're coming. We want to check it out. That's so cool.
Exactly. And actually that's one thing that has been so helpful is, and maybe even I could have done it earlier, but I went and visited, a program in the US, and they were like, you really need to be doing hard hat tours. And I hadn't like heard that expression yet. And so, now that we've started construction, then I started doing them. I'm like, oh, I should have been doing this way earlier. It is just the most helpful thing for people to actually be standing on the land. Seeing it in person is way different than just seeing photos, and like they stand on it and the words I get are, this is so magical. And they just like instantly understand the full vision. So I'm like, oh, I should have been. So for anybody else doing a project, start those as early as you can.
Do a hard hat tour. Don't assume people don't want to do it. And I'm thinking of people who are like, well, we're just renovating our structure, or we're just adding on to do it. Do a hard hat tour. I'm having a memory of like at least 11 years ago of me being on a hard hat tour for a client. And you're right. I remember it. I remember like wearing it. I remember like literally wearing the hard hat, making sure I had like appropriate shoes on. They told us ahead of time, and construction happening everywhere, and being able to, they had like tile swatches, being able to see, oh, this is going there. This is going there. And I remember that. I'm sure like that memory is like popping up because it was so different and unique. And yeah, I think that's a really smart piece. What else has come up as far as fundraising that you're like, that worked for us? We want to replicate that. What comes to mind?
Okay. So what we're doing right now, which I think is really cool, is allowing people to sponsor a specific item that will then be forever displayed at Tim's Club. So for example, we started with our stepping stone campaign. So that's a stone, and you can put, your family name, or you can put a message on it, or both. So that's amazing. We've done that. Now we also, because we are, actively building, we're doing where you can sponsor a bench. And so it's just like a really special way for people to honor a loved one or their family and like be part of Tim's Club forever. So that has been quite of like quite a great fundraiser, I would say. So we have flower beds that we're doing, benches, stepping stones, and then of course to have people's names on the actual buildings as well for larger donors.
Yeah. I'm thinking about some of those initial conversations we had and where you are today too, of people who don't necessarily have a connection to your cause, right? Maybe they have never been in Panama, so they don't have a connection to how amazing the country is. They don't have a connection to somebody with intellectual disabilities. How have you taken them from really problem unaware to problem aware to then donor? What does that look like for you? Mm-hmm. Quick pause before we jump back in. We just hit a huge milestone on the podcast. 200 episodes of fundraising, messaging, psychology, leadership, growing your impact without burning out. If you found this show helpful to write the next email, make the next ask, rethink a campaign, or just keep going when fundraising felt heavy, would you leave me a quick rating and review? It helps more nonprofit listeners find the show, and it tells me what's landing with you. I read every review, and I'm so grateful you're here. All right, back to the episode.
Yeah, I mean, I think connecting it to the big picture of what a world that is kinder and more inclusive, what that does for everyone. So I think that has been a way to bring people along, like once people understand the problem more and how limited opportunity there is, then, they're like, okay, I understand. So that has been, one way. And then through the events and having people like meet people and understand how amazing it is for them to be in a welcoming and loving environment, that's been really helpful as well.
I'm going to add one more, which is for your monthly giving program. When you teach your workshops, one of the things that you do is you give the progress update. Like say you're teaching a workshop on give me a workshop idea, like
email marketing. Yeah.
Right. Email marketing. Before she gets into the email marketing workshop portion, she's giving people a progress update. She's like, hey, here's a little behind the scenes. Here's like a little insider thing. Here's what we're working on. She may go into a little bit more of the problem aware piece. And I think that is really helping to like bring people in as well to the mission, to the vision, to the connection. And ultimately, the reason why I want to underscore that is I see a lot of founders who make the mistake of thinking, Christina, I've already said it. They already know. They're here because they know about Tim's Club. That's how they got it. They're on this list in the first place. But we need that like repetition, yeah? Like we need repetition, and we also need like, where are we going together? So you're really, really good about talking about it. So whether it's online or in person, this is going to sound like a funny question. Why are you so good at talking about it? Is it because going back to the Pinterest, because you're like, dang it, this is happening, and so I'm going to fundraise for it? Is it because it's top of mind? Like what would you say is like the superpower in just like bringing it up and talking about it all the time?
I think because it's so important to me, and it's like it just goes so deep. So it's more of an issue of like, I'm talking about it too much. Like it's like
never.
Yeah. No, it's so important to me, and I think because I have that clarity of purpose, so it feels very natural to be just working it into conversation all the time, bringing it up. Like that's what I'm spending so much of my, if I'm not working on my business, then my free time is going to this. So
you don't have to tell this story, but if you want to, it's reminding me of you're taking your dog for a walk on the beach. This is like early days. And you end up having a conversation with another beachgoer who ends up giving you a major gift, like a significant donation. And I think that is that lived experience of just like, it's just part of me.
Yeah.
Would you share that a little bit?
Well, and that's so funny because that happened very early, like very
Yes.
early on. I was not comfortable yet, asking for donations, and this hadn't happened. So it was so funny. It happened so soon after I started coaching with Christina, and I was just like, oh yeah, I was walking the beach and happened to meet a neighbor and told him what we're building. And literally on the spot, I think this was also very cool of him. Just on the spot, he was like, I love that. I want to help.
I love that. I want to help. That's it. That's
I'm
it.
giving you a donation. So
So
that was so cool.
okay, I love that you said, and I wasn't that comfortable then. So now are you more comfortable asking for money? How has your comfort level, your confidence expanded? What does that look like now?
Yeah, a lot more comfortable. Like I think because I had the online business, I was comfortable in selling, but I wasn't comfortable in just like asking for help.
Yeah.
That felt very different. But over time and with practice, yeah, exactly. I feel more comfortable with it now. And also I feel like, well, I'm just asking on behalf of this project. Like I am asking for you to help these people over here. So now that I've connected it to that, I feel like more like, oh, I'm just a representative. And yeah, there are so many people that we're going to be able to help. And also it feels so good for people to get involved and to be part of it. So, hi, I'm this representative. Do you want to be a part of it? Look at this impact we can have. And that's made it a lot easier, I'd say.
Oh, that's so good. I love the word representative. I use sometimes the word vessel. Like I'm a vessel for this great outcome over here. Representative is a good swap too. If like vessel doesn't resonate, I'm guiding you over here. But yeah, like it's towards this greater cause over here. So as you look forward through or look at like this year, the next few years, what does Tim's Club look like? What does life look like? What's on the newest Pinterest board?
Yeah, well, it's very clear. I can share it with everyone. Okay, so ideally the classrooms will be done. At least the core structure will be done within the next month and a half, and then the next big goal after that will be to fundraise for the cafe. But even before that, once we have classrooms and we already have our outdoor movement space, we can already start some programming. So I'm so excited about that. Like, yeah, to go beyond, of course, we've been hosting some events here and there, but I'd like to create, some programming that's consistent, that's on a weekly basis. It doesn't have to be full-time or anything to start with, but we can, start doing a Tuesday art class for everyone.
Uh-huh.
So that's really exciting. So I think that's the way I'm going to order it, actually, where classes and programming is going to start as soon as possible. So within the next few months, we're going to start that. And then behind the scenes, I will be working on fundraising for the cafe, because I think, yeah, as you said, that's just going to draw so many people to our project. And that's the whole point of it. The point is that it is a self-sustaining project where we have funds raised from yoga classes, from art classes, and from the cafe that then all go back into to be able to help more people. So yeah, that's what I'd be doing behind the scenes. And then, I'll just be so happy to see people attending and benefiting from it already this year. But then we are building up to, okay, we have a full-time day program where we have people coming Monday to Friday.
That's the long-term vision, right? That's the 10-year vision is it's a full-time, Monday through Friday day program for adults with a rocking and rolling coffee shop, cafe.
Exactly.
It's a hub. It's a hub.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's happening.
Exactly. And I see that happening quite quickly, honestly.
Yeah. I'm actually, that's not the 10-year vision. That's y'all, it's moving fast. And maybe we should talk about that is, I think I've seen a graphic of this before. When you are in the founder stage and you are building, it's a lot, it's slow up and then it's fast. You're nodding. Do you know what I'm trying to it's
Absolutely. It has felt difficult. It's felt difficult, slow, and it's felt okay. And I think because obviously our goals were quite high as well. It's not I needed to fundraise a lot. So, but yeah, it felt okay, just keep going, keep pushing. But then once it was okay, we can build this first structure, it has sped up so quickly. So I think there's that reassuring point for everyone that like, no, it's going to get to that point where then it becomes much faster. So that's why, yeah, in terms of timeline, I'm really seeing the next phases happen quite quickly. So I think we'll get to that full-time program.
Yeah, you have then proof for your donors. You're like, look at what we've already created. Now let's go into phase 2. Let's go. And so you end up seeing sort of a compound effect from that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It sort of starts to snowball. Everybody, can even more be on board. They're seeing more significant progress. So I think for the founder, the hard part is just holding on for that initial phase when, like when you're trying to get something off the ground and you don't have much proof yet. It's just like holding on through that phase.
Yep. Totally agree. It's true in any business, for profit or nonprofit. Totally true. Is there anything that we haven't talked about that you wanted to make sure that you shared as we sort of move into some final questions?
I mean, I think for those that are just listening to the podcast, I just want them to know how much I've learned from you and how they should get into your programs.
Thank you.
Yeah, like truly. So many lessons learned, so many fundraisers that have happened, like little tweaks that she's given me that have totally changed the success of a campaign. So I think just reach out, get in a program, get the support. You don't have to do it alone. And it's going to become so much easier and faster if you get actual support. So no, but I think other than that, I think we hit it. And I think that you don't have to do it alone
is really smart because you do have a small team for your business. And I think that has helped you roll out things very, very quick. And you were very coachable. I will say this to everyone. If I was like, hey, let's try this. What if we do this way? You were very willing to try. And I think that is why I see a lot of founders who are 0 to year 5 who don't really move the needle. They don't move the needle, and you have moved that needle quickly. It may not have felt as quick in certain stages, but very, very quick for a lot of comparison to a lot of nonprofits. And I think that has to do with the fact that you were like, forward momentum, let's go. I will take the coaching. Let's go. Yeah. So we ask every guest on the podcast if they would share a thought they like to think on, purpose, mantra, affirmation, just something that guides them forward. Will you share one with us?
For sure. I think one that I come back to all the time and that really helps me is there's always something I can do. So let's say I'm sitting there and I'm feeling stuck or things aren't moving as fast as I would like. There's a million things that I could do that day that would make a significant impact. It's like, okay, well, I could reach out to somebody new. I could, send this email over here. I could do this promotion. Like it kind of helps me anytime I'm feeling stuck or like I'm not making progress. I'm like, okay, well, what is that thing that I could do today? So that's something I come back to a lot.
Yes. Yeah. Amazing. And where do you want to connect with people? Where's your Instagram is probably your place. Yeah. Tell everyone where they can find you.
Yeah. So Instagram is timsclub.org. I would love to hear from you. So send me a message there. Also email. Like if you want to get those monthly progress reports, you can sign up for our email list at timsclub.org. And that, I think that's been really fun. And that's been a really great place to connect with people. So there you can sign up for the progress reports and then, we can email back and forth there as well.
Awesome. Thank you. It's always so fun to see you. And I don't know, Panama in the next year, I'm going to put it out there. I would love to see you again. Panama.
Well, we didn't even talk about how you came to visit.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that. You guys, I came to visit. It was amazing. It's such a fun place. You've planted roots and yeah, like I was talking to my son a few weeks ago and we were talking about how much we loved it there. And then I was showing him pictures of all of the progress and he was so excited. And then he was like ready to book a ticket. And I'm like, hang on. We got to plan this around a holiday.
Well, receiving the voice note from him, letting me know that he was proud of me was the cutest thing in the world. So
he's a sweetheart, y'all. He's so sweet. And he really meant it. Like, he's so proud of you. And my daughter is very connected to your dog. So she's always just like the dog and your car, the Jeep.
Oh, yeah. It's very cool.
Yes. Yeah. So we'll manifest it to happen in the next year-ish.
Love it.
Love it.
Well, you have to come see it. So.
Oh my gosh, I have to. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, high achiever, I know your sights are set on ambitious, world-changing goals. In the Purpose and Profit Club group coaching program, you can get the support, motivation, and strategy to accelerate your impact. I like to say it's where the inner work meets big impact and big funding. Go to splendidcourses.com/waitlist and you will be first to be notified when we open up doors, and you'll get special bonuses when you join our waitlist. See you inside.